Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today I've got a bit of a treat for you. This map is somewhat special. And I'm pretty sure there's a few of you out there in YouTube land that are going to be screaming at your monitors saying, hey, this is going to be map of the year. And I have to remind you guys that we're only just halfway through January. There's a long way to go. However, this map is definitely on my long list at the moment for map of the year. There's not that many maps on that list at the moment because we're only halfway through January, but you get the point. Now, we've reviewed this creator just the once in the past, back in episode 461, where they got 11 stars. Today is going to blow that out of the water, and if you like things being blown out of the water, perhaps you should torpedo this video right now. That's right, torpedoing this video will support my channel, get me seen by more people, and help me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Today's map is Two Valleys by Random 5. Now, it's a map about two valleys. Pretty much all in their entirety. No clever names going on here, I tell you. There's your start square. Start square looks pretty solid to me. Lots of trees, and we've got a national highway going on there as well. We have terrain heights that show you we have two valleys. Okay, keeping up, are you? Well done. The resources are a little bit light. It does say in the description you can add your own, but I always assume that you won't, and we have to work with that, but it's definitely usable. Off to the workshop, no DLC required for this one. We'll be using Owl's Los Angeles theme and the Relight Vintage LUT. There is also a one-lane highway, which means you don't have to have network extensions too, or a mass transit, of course. We'll be using the Unlimited Trees mod, and we've added some pine trees as well. It does say in the description there that if you are struggling with frame rates, you can actually unsubscribe to the pine trees or cut your tree count down, and your frame rate should improve a little bit. Be losing a few trees, but it should still look good apparently. Little laybys there on the highway. Now, a little minor point of note regarding the highways. The highways, of course, are a lighter tarmac than the ones on the vanilla roads. And you'll see when we get up to the intersection where there's going to be a roundabout. This is very visible. We've got Loving the Pillars on here. Not sure if these are the ones that come with this national highway or whether it's been popped in by Random 5, but I think they look really good in this environment. So yes, now there are mods that can change tarmac colours. I don't remember what it's called, something like Roads Unlimited or something like that, where you can tweak, or it might just be called road colours, I'm not sure. But there is a mod out there that will allow you to change the colours of these roads. So yes, that's a mod that you'll have to add. I have to obviously review this map as I see it. And as I see it, it looks amazing, okay. It's got everything going for it, and with minimum assets to subscribe to. So now we're reaching that roundabout. You can see the different road tones, and for me these would be the same tone. This wouldn't be a separate build, and so it would have been ideally the same road colours. Nice detailing around the roundabout though, and it does look very nice indeed. And back onto these national roads. Okay, now this is where things start getting fun, because it does go up and into the mountains, and this is actually drawn from inspiration from a real life location. Just drawn from inspiration, not actually a copy. This area here is the start of the Pikes Peak hill race. This would be the start because it all goes up the hill from here, and of course we've got some lovely pull-in areas, refreshment areas, areas to park, and of course some TVs there so you can actually watch the races while they're in operation. Just a great idea, just a really nice idea, and actually very well executed indeed. So yeah, the road now will just find its way slowly but surely up this side of, it's not really a mountain, but it is a peak. It is a big old hill, a ridge, a mountain ridge, I guess. None of this craggy stuff though. It's just the whole thing really does feel like it's come to life. If I switch the terrain lines on, you can see how the switchbacks really do work with the terrain. They make all the sense in the world. It's not super steep. There's none of this going uphill and then coming back downhill, which we do see from lesser creators. These switchbacks make every bit of sense, makes the climb, well, believable and, well, acceptable, basically. Little bridge over the river there, and just like we wind our way a little bit this way, and then come back towards the river, and then we'll switch back away from the river. Now we're going to see some fine detailing with these little vanilla rocks here. I'm liking what's been done here. It doesn't require this, it just doesn't, but it works so well. And the way it's been, just in certain areas, just a little bit of light detailing has really brought the edge of these roads to life. Otherwise it would just be the road up in the mountains and, yeah, a bit boring. Heading up towards the finishing line now, if you were racing up here with your rally cars, getting up here, here's your finishing line, all the flags of all the nations. Most of them seem to be Germany, but that's not the point. They are randomized, obviously, and again, looks really good. Saw some smoke there. That's smoke. We'll have a look at that smoke in a moment. But yes, fine detailing going on there. What's going on with the smoke? People have been deliberately crashing their cars into that rock again, haven't they? Oh, people, eh? People. Okay, now we're going back down the mountain on the opposite side of the mountain. Just like a bear, we're going over the mountain and we're down the other side. And do you know what we could see? We could see more switchbacks. Now, we've got an elevated section here. I'm not sure if I like it, but it looks realistic. It looks like it would actually be like that. Where else would that road go? And so I'm okay with it. It's not my favourite part of the map, but I don't have an issue with it. Some very nice river work as well on this map. We'll talk more about the rivers a little bit later on, of course. Some more switchbacks going on there as we head down the mountain, through the trees. I feel the tree work again on this map is amazing. There are trees where it feels there should be trees, and where there should be forests, they are dense. They work really well. We've got one of these little tunnels comes through here. Not the only tunnel on the map, there is another couple. Well, at least another one. Sure, there's another one near the fog on the opposite side of this mountain as well. We won't be having a look at that today. No real need to. As we now head down towards the main roundabout. Now we're on the right side of the mountain for the start square. Now here we've got, again, the national roads, different colour. And this tunnel goes right the way through the mountain, so we don't have to go over. That's more a direct route, hence the traffic. And then come down here, little grumble here, tiny little grumble here. Little bit of glitching, and there have been times I've seen a little bit of stop-start traffic coming from down the highway, not off of the roundabout. It's touch and go with that one. Touch and go. It's not the worst issue in the world, but just a tiny weeny tweak on that, and the whole thing should work a little bit better. Now we're heading down towards the start square, following along the main river. I say the main river because it's the river that we'll be building along, and it's magnificent. It's just magnificent. Just if you take some of these trees away, you can see where your build plane is going to be. It's not flat, but it's flat enough to be able to build on with a progressive slope. It just makes, again, all the sense in the world, and I love it. Absolutely love it. An Owl's theme, of course, really works so well. And when you throw in real light vintage as well, the whole thing is just like, sexy. Another sexy little roundabout there, two-tone roundabout. That's where you're going to start your city. And what have we got in the start square today? The answer is the retaining wall network stone weathered by Rev O. Rev O, the guy with the trains, has put some of these out. Now there's about 5 different parts to the network, including some tunnels as well, which are amazing. I haven't included the tunnels because it just wasn't working for me. Well, it was working, but I wasn't able to do something glorious with it in about 1 minute, which is how long I assigned myself. But yes, and there are various other networks as well, from granite and brick and so many. Well done, Rev. You're very welcome on the workshop, my friend. And off to factoids, because factoids. On this day, the 16th of January, in 1920, prohibition in the United States began. And almost inevitably, so did the practice of bootlegging. Now, we're running out of time here. I'll do some more of this factoid in a moment, but I just wanted to point out, look at this wall. Retaining wall networks. This is the stone weathered version by Revo. That's the asset of the day. Right, we're going to have a look at the rail now. I'm going to finish reading this factoid. I just ran out. I just wanted an ooh and ah over these wall networks. So nice. Where were we? Yes. The practice of bootlegging began. Bootlegging got its name from cowboys' old method of hiding alcohol in their boots while selling it illegally to the Indians in the previous century. So there we go. I did not know that. I'm sure there's many of you that did, but I didn't. I knew about bootlegging. I didn't know about where it got its name from. It makes all the sense in the world, of course. Right, rail looks fine. Nothing to groan about here, is there? I mean, it's following the length of the rail. There might be some undulation, but nothing visible. And it's all eyeball checked. And it looks okay to me, which is, well, all you need. Down here into this little industrial zone, I'm liking what's done here. If you look at the rail here, we've got the old Second World War trenches popped in there, and it works so nicely. But that isn't the best thing that you're going to see with these trenches. Oh no, I've got more. I've got more. Wait, in fact, Random 5 has got more. So here we've got everybody's favourite factory, and some really nice detailing going on here as well. Around the back of the factory, we've got a machine gun post popped in there, looking like some sort of like sewage or water or waste outlet. That's what it is, just a waste outlet. And then you've got that feeding down into the river. That is 100% believable. That is incredible. Again, using vanilla assets to produce something, well, just incredible. Just incredible. Then around here we've got some rocks and some logs and some containers. And then if we follow the rail along, we'll find our way. We'll find our way slowly off towards the fog. So yes, what are you thinking so far? You liking? You likey? Me likey. Okay, heading off into the fog, and we'll have that intermission with Zack. We'll come back and we'll do the shipping. Wonder how much shipping goes up those rivers. Not long to find out.
Are you baffled by how YouTubers put detailing on their assets? Are you frightened that something called anarchy would break your game? Then you need the BonBonB's Beginner Guide to Anarchy. Click the information button now.
And so back to Two Valleys by Random 5 and the shipping routes, and you'll be pleased to know that there's no shipping. It makes all the sense in the world not to have great big lumbering liners going up and down these rivers. Now the rivers themselves, they contain water, and the water is flowing. It's flowing downstream. They are wide enough, they are deep enough, and there is enough water motion for it to be no issue at all for the vanilla player that wants to draw and pump into it. Looks absolutely fine to me, and we'll go with that. Okay, what about the map as a whole? Well, it looks great, doesn't it? We've got trees in the valleys, we've got the mountain ridges, and the whole thing just instantly believable. Based on a real life, inspired by a real life location. This is Pikes Peak with the hill climb racing and the trees. Remember, you can always unsubscribe to the pine trees if you need to thin out the trees a little bit, and it'll still look great. Now we do have some mountain streams, and the mountain streams look amazing. They really do look amazing. They certainly work really well with the environment and the way that it's been put together, so all credit for that. It's very difficult to actually get these not overkill, because you could have too many of these. I feel we've got the right quantity. I like this one that it actually runs through the hill climb. The water spawn points, it's a spring. We've got these rocks and it's like pushing up through the rocks. I would rather have just seen it like a marshier, greener area there, because the rocks kind of indicate that it's like a bit of broken land and the water table has managed to force its way through that area. And we'll find that we've got another water spawn point over here. They're all the same. We've got the rocks and a little bit of marshiness and greenness about it. I would say I wouldn't have bothered with so many rocks. Maybe a couple of small ones. I just feel this is slightly overkill for what it is. So yeah, that's what I would do with that. It still looks really nice. It's just not what I would call realistic. And this is where everybody's going to send me pictures of springs to show me how wrong I am. BonBonB Island, a very industrial looking island there, and I love the erosion as well. All good. But what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. But it will be. It just will be. It's got to be, hasn't it? Aesthetically for me, it looks amazing. It would have got that 5th star had it not been for the 2-tone highways. I understand why we've got the 2-tone highways. I think I'd just rather have had network extensions too and suffered it, you know. So I'm going 4 stars. 4 stars because it's still excellent work. Detailing. Can't fault it. I can't fault it. The slight tweak to that road network bit. Just a slight tweak. But other than that, perfect. And that is 5 stars. 5 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. Very playable. Not for your big city builds, but I can see multiple gameplay opportunities, and of course you can upgrade those highways if you want to. But I think there is so many options with this. It has to get 5 stars. I'm going 5 stars for gameplay, even without highways. There you go. So that's it. 2 values by Random 5 definitely gets my BonBonB seal of approval. That is a huge jump from 11 stars on the last map. Just goes to show we can all improve. And the next map they do will probably be a great big pile of dung. Because that's how it works, isn't it? You think you've got it cracked and then suddenly you can't produce anything for trying. But excellent work this time, Random 5. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, for joining me for another map in the What's Map series. We've got the BonBonB Buddy selected one. Those BonBonB Buddies up there, they've all been voting. And that's coming up tomorrow. I'll see you then.